So without further ado, we're going to start off our today's session, and it's about winning Erasmus. And what we are going to talk about is how do you guys make sure that you are ready to build a scholarship profile before the application opens. So we're going to talk about the practical roadmap. So the entire session was designed because you guys filled in the registration form and there were some questions. So a lot of your questions would be answered were in the session, and those, if I miss something, so you can ask in the question answer session. So I'll try to finish it in an hour, and then we can have a good one-on-one discussion. If you guys, in the meanwhile, if you guys get any questions, so you could type those questions in the chat, and after that, I'm gonna start taking questions one by one. Okay. So we are going to start off with the quotation that it's not a shortcut, it's a system. And we are going to break down how the system works. So my name is Zaid Hashmi. I am one of the Erasmus Mundus graduate. My program was nanomedicine. I'm currently the program representative for Erasmus Mundus Association. I serve as a manager at NASTA International Office looking after international strategies and partnerships. So let's start off today's session. So we're gonna start off with the Erasmus journey, and I'm gonna tell you why I care about this. I would like to share that Erasmus journey is bigger than the application itself because the scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship, is just a gateway. आपकी real transformation that happens, always remember it's always going to be through your undergraduate or postgraduate degree, through the cultural experiences you guys had through when you studied throughout the university, and the communication skills, your personal skills that you developed throughout. And I want you guys to know that the profile, so I'm going to start off with my introduction in this. But before I start, I want you guys to understand that your profile is not going to become strong on the submission day. So you guys need to take steps now to make sure that you gather enough months of evidence as you move along in order to build an all-star profile. So I did my undergrad from NAST, and during that time, I was able to publish a couple of articles and a patent as well. Then I participated in some of the entrepreneurial ventures in some international competitions, and I was lucky enough to secure those. Then I was counseling a lot of students. So this is the rough number that I counseled throughout the time. Then I was also involved with the Danish startup. It's called Scardia to teach medical students online. And then I served as a project manager there for a short term as well. And I was the first elected president of my alumni association. So what did I do? So my program was nanomedicine. I studied in France, Italy, Greece, and Denmark. During that time, during my Erasmus Masters, I was given the best paper presentation award. I did my thesis from Technical University of Denmark. Then I worked for 2 years in the Danish Polymer Center. During that time, I won two of the very prestigious grant. One is called Discovery Grant, and the other one is called Proof of Concept Grant. So in total, I've studied in four, worked in three, traveled 32 countries. And the purpose today is not to sell you guys dream. Whatever I've shared, that does not mean that only if you have profile like this, you're gonna get it. So the purpose is to help you guys prepare more realistically. And I'm gonna start off with this question. Anybody would volunteer? Which movie is this? Who's gonna tell?
Three Idiots.
Three Idiots.
Three Idiots. Very right. So do you know the name of the person towards right?
Farhan.
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 Perfect. Perfect. So can anybody tell what was the problem with Farhan?
He was choosing his passion.
पापा नहीं मानेंगे.
He was trying to convince his father कि उसको photography करनी है.
Yes. So Farhan's problem was not talent, it was misalignment. He was doing engineering because his father wanted to, but his interest lied somewhere else. He wanted to work with Andre Ostavad from Hungary and wanted to be a wildlife photographer. But then out of pressure, he chose engineering. So, first things first, we're going to set the tone right. Always remember, you always run after your passion. You always decide that this is something that you want to do. That's why you're doing it. And that's why it's going to help you out in all the scholarship applications. Because whenever you're going to write anything, you write it with passion. So always remember, fit beats pressure. If your degree, if your curriculum is aligned, it's fit, it's something that you like to know, loves to understand, then you'll always excel in that. Always remember pressure, trend, and fit. Never ever choose a program because everyone else is applying. Don't follow the trend, just apply because you like it. And if you don't know if you like it or not, then study it. That's how you're going to know. And we're going to talk about it later. So we're going to talk about my profile behind the scholarship. But before that, I want to mention over here the lesson we are going to talk about is that every student does not need the same profile. I mean, it's humanly not possible because we have our own experiences, we have our own journeys, we do extracurricular, co-curricular activities very differently from each other. So at the end of the day, as you progress in your undergraduate or your academic journey, the experiences that you guys cultivate are very specific to you. So always remember that this is something that is going to make your profile look unique. So always, always, always cash on that. And whatever you say, whenever you talk about those experiences, every single experience should, connect in the form of a story that sounds more credible. And that gives only one message that I am the best candidate to be selected for that particular program. So there are four major portions. You start off with the academic foundation. Then you need to show some evidence in terms of any initiative that you did, any kind of research that you participated in, any internships that you did, because these are the kind of activities that are going to show you that you went beyond the compulsory coursework. Those of you who have not muted themselves, I would request you to kindly mute so that other people could listen uninterruptedly. So we're gonna talk about the next thing we're gonna talk about is impact. The impact. When we say impact, we mean, is there any project that you did that created an impact, no matter how small? We don't, the recruiters don't expect you to, change lives, save lives, create a national, transformation. Even if an impact is small enough, but it proves your leadership and initiative capabilities, it's enough. And all these three things together, if you cannot convert it into a narrative, for example, any movie you talk about, there is one key theme that follows the entire story. So always remember, whenever you write your statement of purpose, motivation letter, it always should come through the narrative. So the key takeaway from this conversation is that whenever you submit your application, the recruiters, the scholarship committee, they will never reward a scattered activity. They will never reward if you have written five or six things that are totally unrelated and that does not add up to answer why you want to pursue this, why you should be selected, why you are the best candidate. So always remember this, and they will always reward a profile that's going to make sense. So your task is not to copy someone else's profile, and it's to build proof around your own direction, because like I've mentioned, the experiences that you have cultivated are very unique. So this is one of the photo from my badge. We were a badge of 15 students from uh, 9 different nationality approximately. So we're going to talk about what Erasmus Mundus really is. So it's a joint degree and it's delivered by a consortium. It's not delivered by a single university. And when we talk about consortium, what is consortium? Consortium is basically a group of three or more higher education institutes or three or more universities. And these three or more universities, they are present at least in two different countries. You always get an integrated learning experience over here because the competition, there is a lot of competition, the study is competitive. You also get some opportunities to do research. You also have two traineeships in 2 years, and then you have a dedicated 6 months of thesis or a project. The best thing about this is you can do thesis anywhere in the world. If you do it inside European Union, you get the full funding. If you get it outside the European Union, you get half of the funding. But if you want to pursue your thesis outside European Union, and if it's fully funded, then it's a win-win situation. So when we talk about duration, duration is usually 1 to 2 academic years. And most of the programs are 2 years, some of the programs are 1 year, and some are 1.5 years. So at the end of your Erasmus, there are two options. Either you're going to get a joint degree from all the universities signed and send it to you guys, or the other one, the second option would be that happened with me. So every single university sends you one degree. So you get the multiple degrees at the end of it. So now the important part, the very engaging part, the thing that piques interest of a lot of students is what scholarship can cover. Always remember, before I tell you this, the whenever you reach out to, whenever you start preparing for any competitive scholarship, always remember there are two kind of outcomes. The scholarship will be given either to the best ranked applicant or the applicant best that is best prepared. So if your GPA is average, you think that you won't be enough, then you need to be in the second category of applicants, which is you need to prepare very effectively, very carefully, and design everything in such a way that aligns pretty well to the program that you're going to apply. So money, 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 we have every single month you get 1,400 euros a month. Uh, the participation cost is covered, travel and visa cost is covered. Like I've mentioned, living allowance, you get 1,400 euros for the entire duration of 2 years, and this amasses up to 33,600 euros for the 2 year program. So now we're going to talk about who is eligible. But before that, always remember, just because you're eligible to apply does not necessarily mean that you are going to be competitive as well. So always remember that eligibility is one thing, it's going to open the door for you, but then how far you can go once the door is open, that is going to be decided by competitiveness. This is something that you can build over time. And this is what I call profile building. So basic eligibility is you need to be either a bachelor's graduate or you should be in the final year of bachelor study. Those who have done masters, like one of the colleague from Bangladesh, if they want to apply for the second masters, they are eligible to apply for the second masters. Don't hide it that you have already done one master's. The only thing is that you need to give a strong evidence why is there a need for you to do the second master's instead of doing a PhD. So programs vary for every program. Rules vary for the every programs. So you need to identify the programs and go to the websites, and then you figure out what are the language requirements, field requirements, etc., etc. So a lot of you guys might think, I also used to think that CGPA matters. But I want you to understand, and I can give you an analogy. GPA is just like your face, or GPA is just like one part of your body. It's not the entire personality. So always remember when you talk about CGPA, it's always going to be a combination of different factors because when you will be ranked for the scholarship. The recruiters will not only consider the GPA, they will consider the letter of motivation, how much did you score in recommendation letters, what kind of motivation letter you have written, what's your English language scores. So all of these things combined, they will give a cumulative score, and that score makes, if you do it pretty well, it's going to make you competitive. It's going to align you pretty well, and the possibility that you're going to get the scholarship would definitely exponentially increase. And always remember, there is no guarantee. I want you guys to be very honest with yourself. I want to be honest with you that preparation is always going to improve the quality. It doesn't guarantee selection. But I don't want you guys to get, demotivated by this. But the reason I want to mention this over here is I want you guys to be very upfront that there are so many factors that you guys cannot control. For example, who else is going to apply in the program that you're applying? Sometimes luck also play part. So the best part would be you apply to more than one programs, and then we're gonna talk about it. So never ever ask questions like this. Sir, can I get the scholarship? Will I be enough? Things like that. Because these are very generic questions. They show that you're scared, you don't want to take actions. Always ask questions that include some sort of actions. For example, sir, I want your guidance to understand what proof can I get, what proof can I write, the things that I've done, and which program is the right fit. So things like this, you start asking these kind of questions. Which program is the right fit for you? And if you have identified the program, then you can look around what you have done in your past, be it curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular activities, and see what kind of activities actually align with the program that you have identified. And I want you guys to understand, October or September, it's not the start, it's the submission season. So you guys need to start early. Applications are submitted between October to January. Some of the programs are open, some and most of the programs will open in September. So you guys start off in this way. In August, you guys focus on your profile audit. Just like any audit of any company, you need to objectively look at your profile and then analyze how much numbers would you give out of 10 in all different aspects. Then you focus on building an evidence bank. When I say evidence bank, just like any bank keeps a record or an archive of notes, currencies, cash. So evidence bank is going to take the archive of all the evidence that you have done, the kind of activities that you have performed, volunteering, internship, some sort of experience letter, volunteering activities, you participated in some student clubs, you took some kind of initiative, you have a recognition award, all sorts of these things. And then you need to be very clear on the field that you're going to choose for the Erasmus. Because if you get this wrong, no matter how much effort you're going to put, it's always going to go in drain. So always pick the program that's best aligned to your profile. Okay. So September is going to be the month when you're going to need the passports and IELTS, and you guys need to prepare the CV skeleton and also the referee map. Then we're going to talk about shortlisting of the programs. This time should be the time when you have already shortlisted the programs, you have reached out to the professors, and you have requested them to give you letter of recommendations, and then you have drafted at least first version of letter of recommendation, letter of motivation, or statement of purpose. November to January should be the time when you proofread all those documents and then submit applications and instead start tracking portals. February to April is going to be the time when you're going to get the interviews and the results of those interviews. Then you guys need to have a backup ready. So when I say backup, it means that you should not only apply to one program, but a good idea is to apply in 3 to 5 programs. And then you start preparing for the visa. I want uh, mm, all of you guys to apply in such a way. And then when you guys get selected, I want you guys to message me that I've made it. Okay. And always remember, a lot of you guys would be much more talented than me. I don't know you guys all. You guys don't know me, but I know for sure that the kind of talent that your generation is cultivating is amazing. So remember, students, they will never miss the scholarship because they lack talent. A lot of them are going to miss them because you are guys are going to procrastinate, and you guys are going to start when the deadlines are closed. Maybe there is only 1 week left or 2 weeks left, and because when you start preparing later on when the deadlines are closed, um, 90% of the students, they start panicking, and you can never create a masterpiece when you panic. So when we talk about selection, selection is never random. It's evidence based. So I've been talking to you guys that you guys need to identify the right program, because if you get this right wrong, it's going to be the death of your application. Then when you have identified the program, then all sorts of activities that you have done, so think that you have created a mind map of all the activities that you have done, and then you pick those activities that aligns with the programs that are going to add up and make your profile more competitive. So always remember, the committee, God forbid, the committee is not God. They can only see what is written in your application. So for example, like your siblings or your friends or your teachers knows you personally, even if you don't write all the good things, they know that these kind of resilience, competency, uh, initiative driven, these kind of activities, these kind of characteristics are a part of you. But committee, if you have not demonstrated these characters, they will never know. So you guys need to be very, very sharp in what you write, how you write. So you'll start off with the academic fit. This is very simple. I've been talking about it a lot. So you start with the courses, thesis, and projects that, and of course, all these things combined. Uh, Interest. You remember the example of Farhan nitrate, and the interests that match the program. And with the program, by program, I mean the program that you're going to apply. So there are over 200 programs in Erasmus Mundus where you can apply, and there is no limit for you to apply. There is no minimum number of programs. So you can apply to as much as possible, but then you guys need a lot of time. So my suggestions would be to do 3 to 5. Should be good. Then the initiative. Like I've mentioned, did you act beyond the compulsory coursework? Are there some sort of leadership activities that you've done? Then comes the story clarity. You start off by explaining why did you enter in this field. For example, Jawahir is from media, if I remember. So you need to state it out very carefully. What was the motivation that pushed you that I should be studying the media, and what kind of experiences you have gathered throughout your degree at Ikra University to understand why uh, is this field why this field has become much more interested to you. Okay, and then the execution. This is something that a majority of students don't do because they focus on the first three things, focus on story writing, then because they've zoomed in so much that they are unable to zoom out, and then the documents that they are going to submit will be prone to error. So always, whenever you have done doing the first three things, always remember you proofread those documents and submit it correctly. This is an understatement. Like I've mentioned, the committee cannot reward what your application does not prove. And that is why we are doing the webinar a little early when the deadline is not open. So those of you who have never thought of building a profile, uh, they do something about it. So profile building always comes before the document writing. Then we talk about the competitive profile equation. Always remember, your job should be to make the evaluator's job easy. But so whatever you write, you think that will it make sense to the recruiter? Will it make sense to the evaluator? Uh, if the evaluator reads my profile, will it be interesting to him or her? When you do that, you focus that whatever program that you choose is a clear fit to you guys. Then you back it up with a strong evidence and then a credible story, like we mentioned in the previous slide. So program fit is important. You align your program, and then if somebody is confused, we can have a conversation, question answer session. How do we align the program? Then you focus on the evidence and the project's leadership results. Story is something that is very important. Well, what's your motivation behind selecting these programs? What did you actually do when you were motivated to study these programs in your bachelor's? Is there any kind of leadership activities that you did? And then, what are your future goals? If you are selected in the Erasmus Mundus program, what are going to be your future goals? This is very important because if you guys don't know it, this is one of the questions that is definitely going to be asked during your interviews if you get selected. And timely execution, like I've mentioned, you execute it timely before the deadline panic begins. So competitive application, always remember, is never a beautiful PDF. It's always a believable case. Now we're going to talk about the ready profile framework. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
are.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If it gets boring, then I can make it more interactive. Okay. Is it good so far? Are you following me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes,
This
it's
is
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So if it gets too
yes.
boring, I want you guys to be vocal about it instead of leaving the session. We'll make it more interactive, okay? Because I want to just get it done, and then I want to have a discussion with you guys. That is going to be very impactful, okay? So we're gonna talk about the ready profile framework. And this is the kind of framework that you can use to build your profile, okay? So we start off with the R for relevance. And these are all the things, these are all the slides. I've tried to answer all your questions through all these kind of things, okay? So when we talk about relevance, you start off whether your background, when I say background, your previous degree and the kind of activities that you've done, do they connect naturally to the program? For example, if somebody has done computer science and they want to do an artificial intelligence course or back end or front end or something that's related to software engineering, then of course it's a natural alignment. Okay. But if you have done linguistics and you want to study biotechnology, then it's not relevant. So that is how you're going to understand that, okay, I'm not going to finalize this particular program. I'm going to go and find some program that has relevance. So once you have found all the relevant program, then you move towards the second step, which is going to be evidence. So now you have all the shortlisted programs that are relevant to your background. The second step would be then you again think of the mind map of all the activities that you have done. And then you try to connect with all the shortlisted programs and see, do the evidence does the evidence that I am going to provide naturally connects with the program that I'm going to apply? It means that if you're going to apply to the artificial AI program or data science program, have you done something during your bachelor's to that is related to data science? Have you done some sort of software building programs? You understand what I mean? So when the second step is done, then you are going to focus on the academic foundation. Does your courses, grades, and projects show preparation? So whenever you do, this means that every single thing should add up to the why, and we are going to talk about why. Because so, for example, if some student had a low GPA, started off with a low GPA, but that particular GPA constantly improves. So it shows consistency, it shows resilience, it shows preparation, and then you start taking up courses, you start supplementing it. All of you guys, I'm sure most of you guys have seen the Avenger series. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Who's gonna tell? What's your favorite character?
The Thor.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Thor. Thor is my favorite too. No, no, no. My favorite is Doctor Strange. So Thor is second favorite. Anybody else? Come on, guys, don't be shy.
Star Lord.
Okay, that's an outlier.
Sir,
Okay,
sir, I have a few questions about relevancy.
we can take it later on, buddy. You can write it down so that you don't miss it out. You can write it in the chat box. Okay, write the questions. Uh, you can write the questions over there. So just like who's gonna tell the entire Marvel comic universe MCU? What was the first movie? Who was the first hero?
Sir, Spider-Man was.
Incredible Hulk.
The
Captain America.
Avengers.
The Avengers was the
So Avengers came later when all the when a couple of superheroes movies were already out. So could you start? Tell me which one was the first one in MCU?
Sir,
Incredible
Captain
Hulk.
America.
Iron Man. Iron Man.
कौन बोला?
I think Captain America.
No, sir.
Captain
Iron Man was the
Captain
first
America.
movie. Iron Man 1.
Did you Google it?
Google it.
Yes. So
In the
Iron Man was the
Avenger
first one.
timeline,
Uh,
I think in the Avenger timeline, Cap was the first.
So the first one, 2008, Iron Man came in.
Iron Man was, sir. Iron Man.
Yes. So the entire point was I was trying to make one point, and that was you start off with one thing. Yeah. So think of Iron Man as your academic relevance to the project. Okay. The relevance. Then all the superheroes come together and they start making the Avenger series. Okay. So it's always going, always remember. So relevance probably could be the Iron Man, evidence would be Captain America, academic foundation would be Thor, and then Doctor Strange could be no, I would like to pose Doctor Strange as your story because then he controls the narrative, the entire timeline. So when we talk about direction, it says, do you know what you want and why it matters? This is very important because you are applying for the Erasmus Mundus, you must not appear confused. In life, we want to do a lot of things and we want to write as many things as possible, but then it, uh, you know, f- saturates saturates your story. Always remember that. So whenever you write something, it has to be crisp, to the point, all relevant examples given, nothing irrelevant, and you should know that what you want and why it matters. This is how it's gonna make the entire profile sound more credible, unidirectional. It will not appear as that you are jumping across the field and you want to do everything, and you are a kind of person who's gonna throw mud on the wall, and a lot of mud, whatever sticks to the wall, you're gonna pick it. So it's very important that whenever you write your application, you always mention why it matters to you and why. If you could answer why, it's going to be a lot easier for you to uh, convince recruiters. So then next would be your story. And without your story, the ready profile framework is just going to be a read. So they are just going to read it, throw it in the trash, move on to the next applicant. So it depends on you if you focus on writing your story in such a way that all these 4 points are knitted pretty well into one framework. Can all the things that you have mentioned point out to only one thing? There are so many reels you might have seen the birthday boy or the birthday girl. The friends around them points out in the form of semicircle to the guy who's having the birthday. Uh, I'm sure you guys have seen this. So just like that, so all those boys are going to be relevance, evidence, academic foundation, direction, and they should point out to just one thing, that I am the best fit for this program. Okay, and don't forget the execution readiness, because You need to have the documents, deadlines, referees, English proof, passport, PDF, all these things ready by the time of September or October. So always remember, if you have a good profile, it can still fail through weak execution. Deadlines and documents and formatting are the part of competitiveness. So these are the going to be the major heading of the documents that you guys are going to need. You'll need a CV. You're going to need the English proof. So a lot of students always ask me if MOI is enough. So there are some programs that allows the MOI. There are a lot of programs for that. IELTS or IELTS Academic or TOEFL IBT or PTE are the non-negotiables. So when you decide that these are going to be the relevant programs, then you guys need to check for the English requirement. If they accept the MOI, there is no need for you to give the IELTS or TOEFL or PTE. But if the requirement is that, then it's very important that you start preparing for the IELTS or TOEFL, whatever is important. So at that, before submitting your application, you guys need to have a passport. So if you don't have it, just get one. Then you also would need the proof of residence. Proof of residence could be anything, your utility bill, a letter that is given by your commune or municipality, a letter that is given by society proving that you are a resident at the current house, then program forms and evidence folder. And I'm going to talk about evidence folder. And like I've mentioned before, the best time to request for the recommendation is before deadline panic, because at the time of deadline, all the students are going to rush towards the professors who are already numerous in number. So they are going to be very busy because they're going to have the classes at that time, research is happening, they have their own meetings, and the schedule is tight. So the best time is you identify who are going to be your recommendees, and then you reach out to them now. Build an evidence bank before you start writing. And I'm going to talk about this in relation to the foundation circle that I'm going to pitch at the end. So action. So evidence bank jo aapne banana hai, focus on one thing, that everything that you have done, you divide it into these four parts. The action, what did you do? So it could be an internship, it could be a volunteering activity, it could be participation in conference. What changed? It means what was the outcome? What did you learn? Uh, uh, how was your profile more built? How did your skills get enhanced? This is gonna go in outcome. Then proof. Do you have any proof? Do you have any evidence that this happened? Maybe a picture, maybe a certificate, maybe a recognition letter, maybe an award, whatever that is. And then when you do all these things, you write it down and you make a master CV of this. Then when you identify the program, you just go through the entire evidence bank and just tick manually this could be relevant to the program I'm applying. This could be relevant to the program I am going to apply, because you have to provide the texture to your character, texture to the professional attributes. These are the important things that you need to provide, and that is why this is very important, why this program matters. So you should guys should take the screenshot of this. You guys should focus on creating the folders. You guys should have a CV evidence, certificate, projects, transcripts, awards, work sample, one-page reflections. One-page reflections. A lot of whenever you reach out to a professor and ask him or her to give the recommendation letter, they always say that give me a draft and then I'm gonna edit that. So the best case at that particular time would be one-page reflections, and these are very important because you know, and only you know, what are you going to write in the motivation letter. So once you have identified that these are the kind of things that you're going to write in the motivation letter, so you supplement that in the recommendation letter by writing one-page reflection. So whenever the recruitment committee sees the recommendation letter, they see some keywords, and those keywords are also backed in your SOP. So this makes your entire profile much more relevant. And never write things that are very weak in your CV. Weak things like I worked as intern in XYZ company. And so this line could also mean that I used to hold the gates for all the guests who used to enter in the XYZ company. I interned at XYZ company could also mean that I used to move files from one place to another. So this is not the task that's worthy. So whenever you write the task, you write it strongly. So the text towards right is one of the texts that I extracted from the student's profile who recently got Erasmus. So she mentioned supported a 6-week data collection project for 120 respondents and summarized findings that informed the final departmental report. So you always take this formula, supported. It's always going to be a verb. You could start by created, synthesized, worked, researched, drafted, prepared, participated, and then you task, then the task, 6-week data collection project. Then you talk about the tool, how did you do it, what was the outcome, and at the end, is this relevant to the program that you're applying? Always remember that. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the motivation letter, and I'm going to try to conclude it in 5 to 6 minutes. Then we can have a gupshup on question answer session. Okay. Always remember. Has anybody seen Welcome movie? Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Who was the main character?
Yes, sir.
Who was the main character?
Sir Majnu bhai.
Majnu Bhai. So Majnu Bhai was drama, you know. So it's arguable, but Majnu Bhai was the biggest drama in it. But do you remember there was one guy with Uday Bhai who used to walk with a stick?
हाँ मेरी एक टांग निकली है.
Meri ek taang nikhli hai, perfect. So never be that person. Never ever be that person. मेरी एक टांग नकली है. मैं हॉकी का बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर था, पर उदय भाई बहुत दिल के बहुत अच्छे हैं, etc etc. So always remember that. You guys need to be very specific. Never write anything that's wishful. And I'm gonna give you some explanation. That never write something like this. It was my dream to study in Erasmus. It was my dream to visit different places, because these are not relevant things, and because these are the kind of things that appear to be wishful thinking, and they're not backed by some evidence. And we're going to talk about it now. So always remember, it should be very clear, very specific to the point. Do you guys know Jordan Peterson or Mehdi Hassan? Anybody knows either of these guys? Yes, no, a no would be good.
Peterson.
Sorry, who?
Jordan
Music
Peterson or Mehdi Hassan? Maybe not the singer Mehdi Hassan, the journalist. Nobody knows?
Jordan Peterson, the
Yes, sir. Mehdi
psychologist.
Hassan.
A clinical psychiatrist.
No, he's not a psychiatrist. He's a psychologist. Yes. Right. So clinical psychologist. So if you know, those of you who doesn't know him, it's a good thing to just observe how he speaks, but because he breaks down every single conversation in such a way that it's easily defendable for him, and it creates problem for the person who's arguing. So he's always very specific, always. And I can go on and on about the kind of people. Mehdi Hassan is another journalist. He became famous because he gave a speech on Islam and peace in Oxford Union debate. I'm sure a lot of you guys have written and would have listened to it. And then he hosted his own program. It was called Intercept, and then he calls upon a lot of famous people, government holders, and then he tries to roast every single person and tries to hold everyone accountable for the word that they have said in future and past and present. It's very difficult to escape from these guys, because these guys are very specific. I learned a lot listening to them, so you guys should also give it a chance and listen to them and how they speak. So whenever you write your motivation letter, always be very clear, be very specific, and you guys need to be very upfront and honest. These are the kind of things that are very important. Unfortunately, in Southeast Asia, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in India, in Afghanistan, the entire Southeast Asia region, we don't value honesty that much. Even I want to mention that before I went for Erasmus, I used to think that because I'm a Muslim, so I used to think that in Jannah, 99.9% of the Muslims would be Pakistanis, and maybe like the other 0.1%, 1 to 2% would be from rest of the world. So when I went there, it was such a humbling experience that I figured that I am not so sure if 1% of Muslims would be Pakistanis, because you could see the flaws that your culture has. You could see all different sorts of things, and because it's a very, you get to meet a lot of intercultural people, you have a lot of experiences, it challenges you a lot, so it humbles you in a lot of sense. And this is one of the reasons you guys should definitely go for the Erasmus scholarship, because if you get it, the kind of exposure that you guys gonna get would be exponential. I mean, I cannot believe it, explain it in words. But to cut the long story short, whenever you start off with a motivation letter, always be very clear, be very specific, and whenever you speak with evidence. You always start off with a hook. Uh, uh, a lot of you guys would see reels on the Instagram. Yes? No?
Yes.
You guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So we do a lot of doom scrolling, guys. And since there are so many reels on the Instagram, but then there comes a reel that we stop and we listen, that it gathers our attention. Because it creates a hook. So you have to do the same thing that that reel does to you. And I'm going to tell you what that is. You are going to imagine that those recruiters are just scrolling through the Instagram reels. And every single reel is the application of all the applicants in the program. So imagine how much time are they going to spend, because they need so many applications and they have a lot of other work to do. So they get tired. So the only application that is going to grab their attention, they are going to go through the entire application very carefully. Think of a hook and then you connect it with the story. So the second thing would be, after the hook you start talking about how your interest grew through different courses that you have studied. Maybe there was a question in the classroom that piqued your the interest, your curiosity, and then you searched for one thing. And when you started reading about, and this must have happened to a lot of you guys, that you search for something, you find something, you start reading it, and then from that there is another link, and you just keep on expanding again and again until you get lost in the conversation. So you guys need to mention this very in a very crisp manner, how your interest grew through the courses, projects, or challenges that you guys faced. Program fit modules are very important. So whenever you identify a program, you're going to identify the program by reading through its modules. So modules are the course content, curriculum, and tracks are the different tracks. For example, if somebody is doing biotechnology, they can decide that whether they want to do the industrial side or they want to focus on the clinical side. If somebody is doing marketing, so whether they are going to go towards the branding side or not, things like this. A lot of programs offer multiple tracks and they have different modules. So you go through the program because when you're going to write about why you want to choose this track is also going to be a part of motivation letter. Okay, so you guys need to be very focused on those as well. Universities, labs, and learning outcomes. You guys should know what would be your CLOs, course learning outcome, PLOs, program learning outcomes, and stuff like that. And then when you do this, you guys need to focus on the evidence of initiative. You guys need to mention that there is something that you guys did that proves that you are somebody who takes the initiative. You are the kind of person who never gives up, who's more resilient, and you can show it through different challenges that you faced in your life, and then you showed that I'm not gonna give it up, I'm gonna fight for it, and then you fought for it and you were able to achieve the outcome. And you can start off with, you can mention this in the hook as well, because then you can always relate it back to show that these are the kind of experiences that has helped you a lot in identifying that I'm never gonna give up. And this is the kind of things that was also instilled whenever I faced challenges in the field of studies, in the questions I used to get during my undergraduate program. And future impact, like I've mentioned, it's very important to have a realistic career. Don't be super ambitious that I'm going to change the world. Don't write it. No, I don't believe your capabilities to change the world, but then it's again the wishful thinking. Okay, मैं ये कर लूंगा, मैं वो कर लूंगा. So all these kind of things, these are wishful thinking. So you be very specific, very clear, and you back everything with evidence. Okay. So whenever you create the motivation letter, at the end of motivation letter, when it's created, you should not create a new identity. Always remember that. Always remember that. Do you know the movie in which Neo was there?
Matrix.
Matrix. It has no relation to what I'm going to tell. I just wanted to wake you guys up because I guess everybody is either sleepy or they're listening very carefully. I don't know which one is true, but I just wanted to see if all of you guys are here. So,
Sir, we are here, sir.
perfect. Thank you.
We are confused a lot. Could you please give us some answer of our questions?
Yes. I have dedicated an entire hour. So we are going to end this very soon, and then we can focus on just listen to what I'm saying, and then you can pick questions from there, because I would appreciate that a lot. I'm spending a lot of energy and time to make you guys, so you listen to what I have to say, and then you can ask all the questions. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I'm not gonna run away. So can you see the slide? If the slide asks a question and it says,
Yes.
You spot the generic letter of motivation. So which one of the lines, I'm sure you've gone through it, gives the evidence? Is it A, B, or C?
I think C.
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 C. So who's gonna explain why is it C? This is the correct answer.
Because it is relevant to your degree.
सर क्योंकि बात ये हो रही है कि मतलब उन्होंने पहले इंटरेस्ट डेवलप करने की कोशिश की है ताकि आगे वो पढ़ें कि क्यों आप इंटरेस्टेड हुए. उन्होंने थोड़ा सा बता दिया और फिर उसके बाद ताकि अगर मैं ये पढ़ती तो मैं आगे पढ़ना चाहती कि क्यों एग्जैक्टली इंटरेस्टेड थे वो जिन्होंने लिखा है.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to explain. So we're not talking about relevance here, okay? We're talking about the evidence. You remember the visual thinking conversation that I had previously? So whenever you say something like this, you always focus on one thing. The Jordan Peterson example, Mehdi Hassan example. So see, the option one says, since childhood, I have always been passionate about science. So this does not provide any kind of evidence. I could be passionate about music, but then somebody could ask me, do I know how to play an instrument? If I say no, then they would say, what kind of passion is that if you don't know how to, if you didn't do anything about it? Then comes the wishful thinking, this prestigious scholarship will help me achieve my dreams. What are those dreams? And you talk about something that's prestigious, but you don't show any work about it around it. So it's not very, worthy of the attention. But this guy over here, the C guy, says talk specifics that he, for example, maybe there is some in Erasmus, there is one of the Erasmus program about microbiology, and this guy is mentioning that he maybe he was trying he was doing an internship, and during internship he was trying to understand why don't the antibiotics work on us anymore. For that, he started looking at the antibiotic resistance patterns. So he can say that during my final year project, when I was analyzing why don't antibiotics work on me or anybody, then I became interested in like, all the things. Okay, I don't want to go into very specifics, but I want you guys to understand that whenever you say something, you back it with story. Could anybody tell me what this movie is?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Yeah.
Perfect. So, what is through pulling of the hair, uh, through pulling of his hair, he used to tell what ingredients to put and how to put it, how much to put it, what to avoid. So after some time, he also became crafted. So always remember that passion is important while you talk about help. If this is going to help me achieve my dreams, very passionate about science, but unless you back it up with some evidence, you prove your craft, it's not worthy of having your attention. Okay. Then last time we're going to talk about the recommendation letter. You can take recommendation from a teacher. You can take recommendation letter from a project supervisor. If you've done some volunteer work, or if you're employed somewhere, you can also take one of the recommendation from there as well. And this is one page brief that I talked about briefly previously, that you guys need to write the one page reflection, and don't make them guess your story, because they might write something that is totally different from the statement of purpose that you are going to have. And don't make these mistakes. Do not copy paste motivation letters from internet. Do not apply without reading modules and mobility track. It's just like selecting your best friends. So you meet 10 people, you like 6 of them, you start meeting those 6 people, then you like 4 of them, you start meeting 4 people. Because you are talking to them, you are understanding how they behave, what they talk about, and then slowly and steadily 1 or 2 guys become your best friend. So you start reading modules and mobility tracks, and after some time you'll definitely know if they are for you or not. Don't wait for IELTS or passport or transcript for too long. Do not procrastinate about it. Never apply with one CV, one letter for every program. Always remember that. And make sure that the things that you're going to submit, they're error proof. So the rule is specificity beats drama and proof beats adjective. Claiming that your passion without giving example is one example. That proof will always beat the adjective. Okay, so this is something that I hid from the previous webinar, but there were a lot of questions, so I put it. There might be some of you are in their first or second year. If you are in first or second year, the things that you could do is explore fields more actively, build some skills, join some meaningful activities, maybe start off a project and learn how scholarship work. If you're a third year student, then you start focusing on building research exposure or internships, leadership activities. You gather some of the leadership evidence, you get the recommendation. So this is the best time to build relationship with some of the professors who can give a personalized recommendation letter. And in final year, when you're in final year, then you're just going to shortlist the program. So you guys, by the time you guys graduate, you already have an Erasmus Master acceptance letter. Okay. So right support is not the same for everyone, and follow-up route matters. Always remember this. When you guys were filling the questionnaire, there was one question uh, about the foundation circle, and 63.8% of you guys said they would invest in the foundation circle to build an all-star profile. So just 2 slides, and then question answer sessions are open. So I'm running a foundation circle to help all the serious students apply, build an all-star profile, and we have a lot of activities like this. So it's for an entire year, and it's a community-based guidance. There is no one-on-one guidance. The registration for the second cohort, second intake, is open now, and it's going to close on 20th of August. And the second cohort, second intake is going to start 1st of September. If you decide to join this, you're going to identify your profile gaps. We have some templates that are going to help you build more meaningful experiences and strengthening your CV over time. And you guys would have enough time to prepare before the scholarship deadlines and make better academic career decisions. So these are the things I'm going to talk about later on. So you get 90-day roadmap, and it's a one series community. You start off with the readiness assessment and scorecard. So you fill out a questionnaire, and then at the end of the questionnaire, you get a 12-page assessment PDF report. Then you get all the master CV and evidence bank template. You have the opportunity tracking and shortlisting system. Then we have a weekly rhythm that I'm going to share over here. So we direct post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is the accountability check-in. And this is best for if you are the student who needs direction, consistency, and resource-guided execution. You guys should definitely consider for the foundation circle. So this is the screenshot of what's happening in the first cohort, first intake. So we have a lot of discussions about this. We keep on sharing some of the requests. These are some of the resource files that you can see in the recordings over here as well. And this towards your right is the profile readiness report of one of the students who completed it. So all these activities are happening over there. What's going to happen after this webinar? I'm going to make it easier for you guys. Those of you, I'm going to send you an email with the registration link for the foundation circle. Those of you who are question later on, you could reach out to me via WhatsApp. Those of you who have requested and the general questions, I'm going to do it later on tonight. And if you don't want to join the foundation circle, you can still be a part of student growth community, and I'm still going to share some of the opportunities over there. But I want you guys to not leave with motivation only. You guys should. So today you start off by creating an evidence folders and calculate your readiness. Tomorrow, because you guys have time, you go to the Erasmus Mundus catalog, and I want you guys to shortlist first 10 programs that are more relevant to you. Then you guys, by the end of this week, you guys should reach out to 2 potential professors, recommenders who knows you personally, who could give the personalized recommendation letter along with and plan for the English proof. So when you know what kind of programs you have shortlisted, you know that whether MOI would be accepted or not. And then this month, by the end of August, you should have a CV. You should have the first skeleton of the motivation letters. And always remember, the students who start early are always like the tip of the iceberg. They might appear lucky, but nobody sees the kind of effort that they have put, the kind of depth that that particular iceberg has that is below the water. So all I want you guys, nobody's know, nobody's gonna know the kind of effort that you're putting before the application starts. Okay. Verify every single detail on the official page. These are my socials. You can WhatsApp using this particular number. What you guys need to do, the thing that you guys need to do is focus. Go to Google. The first link that opens, you click on that, and the website page that is going to open, there will be a box that's written View Catalog. You click on the View Catalog, then there will be a list of over 200 programs that's going to appear. Towards the left side, there are going to be fields of study. So you decide, pick the fields of study, and then you can shortlist those programs. Mic drop movement would be, you guys don't need to be perfect. You guys just need to be prepared enough. I hope this session was helpful. Thank you so much for listening, and talk about questions. So गए क्या? No questions?
और सर सो नहीं गए, क्वेश्चन याद कर रहे हैं।
सर चैट बॉक्स में लिखे मैं।
हाँ हाँ, मैं वो पढ़ रहा हूँ। So I'm gonna start from the newest one. How to calculate the readiness score. I'm gonna post it in. You create your profile across 10 different areas and you give yourself a score. I'm gonna share those 10 areas. So I'm gonna. You could ask those questions later on. The mentor, supervisor, a draft for reflection. It means that whenever Super Alishba has written, what do you mean by giving mentor, a supervisor, a letter of reflection? So you write, they might ask you to give, to draft a letter of recommendation that you want to be written. So you want to make sure that whenever you give them one-page reflection or draft letter of recommendation, you write those important keywords that you're going to focus on your SOP. This is what I wanted to say. How to edit CVs for each program. Microsoft Word, Moni. Microsoft Word. Just kidding. So what things need to be furnished as my overall achievements are the same? No, it depends on how you craft it. For example, you might have done something. So take, for example, I don't know what's your background. So for example, you have focused on an activity that proves that you took the leadership initiative, you worked as the team player, maybe you participated in, if you're from a technical background, you studied biology, so there were different aspects of it, maybe molecular biology or immunology, or if you've done software engineering, it could be back end or front end. You might have done both those work. So you focus on the kind of activities that is related to the program. Work would mostly be the same, but then you try to angle it in a way that focuses on the relevant part only. Hope that answers your question.
But sir,
I'm listening.
sir, like I have been doing bachelor's in business intelligence and analytics from CBN. So the master's degree relevant to this, I have I have decided to take master's in artificial intelligence from Germany. But the ECTs are not as they wanted. So what should I do? Like I wanted to pursue masters in AI, but they are not preferring this degree as for their master's ECT.
So what I'm gonna do is probably this weekend or next weekend, I'm gonna share with you the list of with all of you in the group, all of the programs, major programs. I'm gonna create a poll, and the program that gets the most vote, I'm gonna share the. Uh, I'm gonna list all the programs in that particular field, and then I'm also gonna share the background, relevant background. So the best thing that you could do is don't spend your energy if the if they have specifically mentioned that they're not going to take your course. There are unlimited number of courses, opportunities that are available that would be relevant. Erasmus is one. I don't know if
But
when you said Germany, was it an Erasmus program or no, but you could always find some of the programs. Reach out to me and I'm gonna help out to you. Okay. So I'm gonna
sir,
read other questions. Please.
my interest is towards AI, artificial intelligence, and, and my degree
Have you
is
done something relevant to AI?
business intelligence. I'm right now doing bachelor's in business intelligence
So,
and analytics.
so if
But
you're doing
they are not
if you're doing your
considering,
bachelor,
but they are not considering it equal to the master's degree cities in AI. I have searched about that.
hmm. So it's I don't want to drag this question, but I'm gonna summarize it. Okay, who's this? Kumel?
Yeah.
Okay, one request, please open up your camera when you speak, so I know where to look at. So, Kumel, if they are not considering it, drop it. This is my best request to you, because only I was fooled once, because I only learned from my own experience. The good ones, the samajhdar ones, are the one who learn from the other people's experiences. So probably, if they're not considering it, look at someplace else. I'm sure you're gonna find something. If your degree is business intelligence, you might not get a core data science, engineering, but you can always find something that is an amalgam of both those things: business intelligence and then data analytics. Hope that answers your question. And we can have a conversation later on, definitely. Okay. I'm just gonna go through the program alignment. Is this Erasmus only? Huh? Is this for Erasmus only or the same strategy? Whatever I've mentioned, you can apply this to all the scholarships that you're gonna apply. Attendance form. Who is Alina? Alina is still there. What is attendance form? Are you asking that you need to put your attendance? So in SOP, we have to explain and defend why we need second master. Yes, if you have already done a PIFA, if you have already done a master, then you need to mention that you can mention that you did your bachelor's, your masters were related to it, and you did not want to miss out on the opportunity. That's why you did
Sir,
first masters. The the second
I
masters
have
that you
done,
want to do, yeah.
okay. I have done bachelor's in electronics engineering. Then
Hmm.
I have currently doing master's in cybersecurity. But I have already done some internships in marketing and management. So I have currently doing a job in marketing. So I have a 2.3 years of experience in marketing. So I want to do second master's in marketing. So this is such a complex profile of mine. So am I eligible to
So
apply for a
bachelor's in, could you repeat, bachelor's in electronic
bachelor's in
engineering
electronics engineering, master's in
and
currently doing master's in cybersecurity, and doing job in marketing as I have many internships and certifications in marketing. So I have currently doing a marketing job. 2.3 years of marketing experience. So can I get a second degree in masters in marketing?
you can, the best way, what's your name? What's your name?
Or FIFA?
Afifa. So Afifa, the best case would be you find a program that has both the elements, uh, engineering and marketing. So you focus more on both part.
Okay.
This is going to be the best case for you, that you are going to be an advocate for cybersecurity because you have studied the marketing, and you will be able to brand for a company very effectively who's working in the cybersecurity, because you know all the nitty gritty. So this is going to be the best combination. If you find this particular program, then just go for it.
Okay, thank you.
People who have raised their hands, huge respect to you guys. I'll let you speak first. Please. there was one question who said who said something about publications. So Tasneem asked about, does publication matter in shortlisting candidates? Yes, it's an additive advantage. It definitely gives you additional scores, but is it required? No. Similarly, if somebody has professional experience, it's definitely going to be an add up.
Yes, I have a professional experience. Currently, I'm just working at a private university, and I'm a postgraduate from University of Dhaka, and I have postgraduated at 2025. So I don't have any publication, but whenever I'm just working currently at as a research assistant at a private organization, so I'm just looking for the publication. Like I'm just working for the publication right now.
Are you ghostwriting? Are you ghostwriting?
Sorry.
Are you ghostwriting, or would it? You are going to be an author in it.
Yeah, I'm going to be an author in it.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
also there is a second peer review in my thesis work. So this is also under working. So yeah.
Perfect. So definitely, it's definitely going to be an addition. The important part is you try to figure out what were your top three learnings from the publication experience, from the research assistant, research associate position, and you try to build a character out of it. And whenever you write the letter of motivation, you start off with these three things so that you can connect it later on. Okay, and do mention the experiences. Somebody has asked, so does university rank or reputation matters? Absolutely not. So there was when I was there, there were two of my colleagues who were from Bangladesh, and they thought, and a lot of students thought that Bangladesh and Pakistan are one. Some people thought that they're a part of India. There were a lot of preconceived notes. So if they are that much confused about a country, so it doesn't matter what your university is. It doesn't matter the if you're getting a recommendation letter from a full professor, from associate professor, from assistant professor, or a lecturer. The thing that matters is whether you've written an SOP that sounds credible. Whether whoever has written the recommendation letter, is it personalized enough? Okay, hope that answers your question. Uh, Teresa, uh, you have raised question hand. You can speak and then.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, I'm
Please
audible.
lower your hand and then. Yes. Yes, you
Okay.
are.
Like the previous questions, she is a professional, a research assistant, but I'm different. I'm a psychologist. I have done my master's in applied psychology and honors in psychology from the same university, public university. But the problem is I haven't got any research publications. And I don't know how it would impact the chances of getting the scholarship. I really like to know that I have 2.5 years of experience. Maybe it will be 3 years this year. I'm practicing right now as a psychologist, mental health professionals. Will this it will be an advantage to get a scholarship, especially this one Erasmus scholarship. I need your guidance about this. Thank you. Hello.
Sorry, there was something wrong with my internet. So the last thing that I heard was, I like the last question. She's professional and go on.
I'm a psychologist by profession, mental health professional. I have done my master's in 2025, and I have been practicing. It's had been 2.5 years. It will be 3 years this year. I have got no research publications. So I was wondering, will be an advantage that my clinical experience and work profile is too huge. I have worked 3 to 4 places as a mental health professional till now, and
Okay,
have
Rishi,
volunteers.
don't you need a master's to be a clinical psychologist? Just out of curiosity.
Here, from Bangladesh context, yes, you need a master's in clinical psychology from public university to be a clinical psychology.
I think it's everywhere. But to answer your question, no. It's not the requirement. If you have done 2.5 years of work, uh, not having publication is not a negative thing. Okay, you can build on all the cases that you have considered. All the, I don't know, what do you call it? There was one conversation in my office 2 months back. Somebody said that you call them subjects. Somebody said that you call
It's
them
called clients.
clients.
The clients.
Clients. Yes. So I guess uh, so, this reminds me of Munna Bhai. Subject ko pain nahi ho raha. Anyways, so always remember that if you have good 2.5 or 3 years of experience, then you can draw examples from all the clients that you have worked on, the kind of cases that you have dealt with, and this gives you enough content that you can pick and create relevance to the program that you're going to apply. There are some programs related to psychology for Erasmus as well, and you can also apply it for the corporate sector if you're interested in that, and if you want to just focus on the clinical side, then I think it's gonna that 2.5 or 3 years of experience is going to be very, very beneficial. Okay. I just want to make one thing very clear. When you apply for Erasmus, recruiters don't expect that you guys must publish some chapters, book chapters, review articles, or research articles. If you have them, then it's an additive advantage. If you don't have them, then you can come up with something of your own. Okay.
Okay.
Over to Naima, and then to Kumail.
Thank you. Am I audible? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I have just finished my the final of my bachelor program in international relations, and I plan to pursue a master's in the political economy in the same institution. So I plan for my second master's for and apply for Erasmus Mundus. So I am confused about timeline. Should I start to process my application in 2027 or from now? Is it too early? Because I couldn't publish any
I get your point.
publication now. And
I get your
yes,
point. You're saying that you've done your bachelor's in IR, you want to pursue masters in the same university, but you don't know if you should apply for this intake or for the next intake because you think that your profile might not be a strong profile to qualify
yes,
for the Erasmus
yes,
second masters.
yes,
This is what you said.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Naima, you should definitely apply. Anybody who has some question that's relevant to it, I would suggest this to all those, because when you start preparing for sports gala, in your university you have a lot of sports activities, right? So you get tired initially, but then it becomes a part of that activity becomes a part of your lifestyle. So if you do it more often, then don't get tired. So similarly, even if you don't get selected, the kind of process that you're gonna go through will teach you a lot of things. It's gonna help you a lot because the next time when you'll apply, you'll be much more prepared because it doesn't cost you anything. If your program is going to require for the IELTS or TOEFL, it's valid for the 2 years. You can again apply again for the next intake when you think your profile would be enough. And this exercise is definitely going to help you and identify what are the areas that you will be focused on. So if you just think and put it in the dumb box that maybe in 2027 I'm going to start applying because I'll take this year to build a profile. So this is an abstract thing. But when you go through the entire process, you will understand that you need to have X, Y, and Z things. You need to network with people who are very efficient in conversation, who are considered authority in political economy, who have a good background in IR, and then those networks are also going to help you out in figuring out what should you focus on. And so my recommendation is just go through the process even if you don't get selected. And if you get selected, then of course you have two options. You can skip this masters and then pursue the Erasmus one, or you can apply for the next year. It's good to have more options rather than just wishing about options. I hope that answers your question. Next one.
Yes.
Please, please. Those of you who have raised, and anyone.
Uh, Sir, I have two questions.
Kaun
Okay,
bola?
okay. I guess Kumail was
No,
Kumail raised first, so let him
Asa.
speak.
Yes, Kumail has raised both his hands.
Yeah.
So, are you borrowing two of your siblings' hands? You have four. Somebody has three.
It's
Yes.
numbering. It's numbering.
And
के पहले उन्होंने उठाया and then.
it's a joke. Okay, go on. Kumail.
Okay, sir. Sir, I was about to ask that what's the best time to apply for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship? Like, I'm doing bachelor's right now. Which semester would be most appropriate to apply for this scholarship?
Buddy, which year are you in?
I'm in third year.
You have completed third year, or you're gonna go in third year?
I'm gonna go in.
Third year. So the best time for you to apply is when the application opens.
Like,
It was again a joke
so
in poor taste. So next year, so application always opens in September and closes in January. So this year, those of you who have completed the third year and have started fourth year, and who are those of you who are going to be graduating in probably July, May, June, July, August, should be applying. So for those who have started their third year, best time to apply would be next intake, which is going to be September 2027. But it's important. I appreciate you, Kumail, for taking the Erasmus, because this is going to help you out in clearing a lot of things. Because you are going to know that, okay, you want to apply for the Erasmus programs, you're going to understand, okay, I need to build an ideal profile, and you have a whole 1 year to build an ideal profile. So you could do by the end of one complete year, you will be in much better position if you take things more proactively. Does that answer your question? We'll move to the next question then.
yes, thank you.
Alishba.
Yes, sir. I have written all my questions in the chats. Can you read those from the latest to the oldest? I might not be able to say them out loud. एक के बाद एक.
But how would I? Okay. Media degree by doing internship in generative AI at my own university. Is it possible? Media degree. Okay. So I'm gonna reach out to your first question. So if you have done, so what are the options given in the programs by Erasmus Mundus programs that a media student can consider and optimize their own journey? Alishba, I think I took your example and I mentioned about this. Currently, if you're currently in your third year of media studies, you can definitely consider the generative AI, but then you have to focus on working on some of the projects that are related to it. Okay, so just pick your favorite subject in media. Pick it. Anything that you like in your
So,
media studies.
you said I have to do things related to generative AI. I'm currently working on an app that I'm building related to AI, and I'm doing it in an accelerator program.
What is it?
The app is like it
What does
basically
it do?
does. It is a dashboard for the content creators and the business owners कि जब वो अपना समझे dashboard खोलते हैं तो after every 24 hours they can see the competitor analysis कि क्या क्या competitors ने publish किया है, क्या क्या trends हैं
So it's
ongoing
like
and
Metricool.
जी
So it's like Metricool.
Metricool. I'm sorry, I'm not aware.
It's okay. So I
Okay,
get
and
what you're
then
saying. So what I'm trying to say is how you're going to make this more relevant. So you are from media, you're working in the media, and then because everything is moving towards AI, then it's always going to be a supplement. Just like in past, everybody used to do an engineering and then on top of that a management degree, an MBA. So they used to wear both hats. So in this case, it's definitely going to be very helpful for you because you have studied the entire media in your undergrad and then you're working on Gen AI. Then you can also start focusing on the programs that are focused on the implications of LLMs on how we see media. For example, do you know Keanu Reeves?
no Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
John Wick. John Wick.
Probably no. I know a lot of people by
Okay.
face, but not by name. I'm sorry.
Matrix.
अब आप शर्मिंदा कर रहे हैं हमें कुछ भी नहीं मालूम इसमें
No, okay, it's okay. Okay, so there is one Hollywood actor. One of the things that has been recently done was his AI profile has been licensed. So a lot of those people who are focusing on uh, creating an AI version of Keanu Reeves, they can just purchase the license. So things are moving in this direction. So you can come up with something of your own, but you need to be very aware of what's happening in your field, and then you pick a point. You're in your third year. It's very important that you still have time, just like Kumail. Just I don't know if it was Kumail or somebody else who said that he's also in his third year. So you have a lot of time to come up with the evidence. I hope this answers your question.
I need to pick up things, internships and at
Yes, and
media and
if you have some
then
dream
into
project,
AI.
then do build. If you have some dream project, then do build it. If you don't have it, then try to find a dream project because the things are happening very fast in Gen AI. I mean, every week there is some new
Yes.
development. Marzia,
Hello, sir.
Yes, I do have other questions in the chat though, if you can get to that.
just point it out, please. I'm gonna come back again after Marzia. G, yes.
Oh, okay, sir. I have completed my bachelor's and master's in geography and environment from the University of Dhaka. And currently, I'm looking for a job, any kind of job, like government job, it can be civil service. So not like necessarily related to my degrees, my field. Uh, So in that case, I will not have related experiences like many others here have mentioned. So in that case, will that affect like my uh, scholarship? I mean, if I just apply in even not in the next intake, even much later.
When did you graduate?
Okay, there is another thing. I have completed my masters just this year. Result is yet to be published, and I have completed my honors just last year. But in Bangladesh, there is like so much session jam. My official um, master's session is 2023-24, whereas I have completed it just in 2026. So that's also another thing I wanted to ask, if this, I mean, how to include this kind of things within the application, or if they ask me in the Viva, I can reach the till Viva, how to handle these.
So, have you seen Men of Honor? There is a movie called Men of Honor. I'm sure nobody has seen it, but I'm just asking because it's an old movie.
No.
You just think of any superhero whose movie starts with a struggle. Superman, for example. So he's struggling all the time through his life, but he's honest and open about it. Then, when he, accepts all the flaws, he becomes a Superman. Okay. So, the reason I mentioned this is I want you, Marzia. That's how you say it. I don't know. I'm sorry if I say it wrong. So
No, it's
that's
correct.
okay. Always remember when you start off with, so these are the kind of challenges that you faced. Okay, if you try to build it in a very efficient manner, just I would suggest that you start doing this exercise, that you talk about, that you write about the difficulties and challenges that you faced, and then you figure out one or two motivation factors that kept you persistent, that you need to do it. And then it's going to be, then it's definitely going to come across as something motivational, that you face some challenges, you try to overcome those challenges, and then you try to focus on things that matters to you most. Your question about a job that's not related to your field, you can always mention that you were applying to some of the jobs, but you did not want to waste your time taking a gap year or something, or just wandering free, doom scrolling on the internet. So you took the job that you could get because you're a kind of person who believes in doing hard work. It depends on the narrative that you create. I would again recommend you guys to just go on the internet, and instead of the techie bhai and all those popular, I don't know, what do you call them, Instagram stars or YouTube vloggers, listen to these guys because they help you a lot in understanding how you're going to navigate through your career, through your personal life, through any argument that you're going to get. So, Marzia, it depends on how you create a narrative. Because, like I've mentioned, they're not God. They don't know your story. Whatever you're gonna write, if it sounds credible to them, they'll definitely consider you for scholarship. And that is what makes Erasmus very, very interesting. Hope that answers your question.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Alishba, that you have to find out. I'm not gonna tell what are the best universities in Europe. This is an Erasmus session, so not focusing on universities, but on the programs. I'm gonna share the list of programs for computer science with you. Uh, can you please tell us which things we keep in our mind for an interview of Erasmus? So you focus on the applications first. I'm gonna conduct a separate session when the time comes in, when you guys get the Erasmus. I'm gonna tell you, don't worry, for the interview. Yes. So if exchange programs, if somebody can go on an exchange program, it's the best thing because then you can always mention that you had intercultural experience. Because when you're going to go in Erasmus program, you're going to focus on different, you're going to meet people from different ethnicities. So if you can create an evidence, if you can provide an evidence through an exchange program somewhere international, this is definitely gonna add more value to your profile. So go to exchanges. Yes, I'm reading questions. So if somebody wants to speak, they can. You can
Sir,
use
like
your research experience as just a second, buddy. You can use your experience as the evidence if it doesn't matter if you're a first author or second author, even if there are 10 authors in the publication and you are the last one, you cannot be the last one because the last one is the corresponding author. If you're the second last one or somebody who comes at the last, this is still better than somebody who's first author and whose publication is not accepted, because it's enough evidence that you contributed in the research. That's why your name is in the list of authors. Don't worry about it. Yes, sorry, buddy. Speak
If
up.
a person
Yes, if a person
is applying in his third year and other person is applying on in his fourth year, so the scholarship members will be going to take the fourth year person instead of the third year. They would prioritize that fourth year student.
is
Aren't
this
they?
you, Kumal?
Yeah.
But if you're third year, you're not even eligible. I mentioned in the eligibility criteria that only final year students can apply who can produce the full degree transcript, full degree and a transcript of their entire undergrad degree by July or August, because the course session starts in September. So you'll not be considered for the scholarship if you're in third year now, if you're going to start the third year now, because you won't be able to produce your degree or transcript. Hope that answers your question. Why you guys are so shy? You keep on writing the questions. Always remember, first of those, Talal Siddiqui didn't ask anything, or Shobha, I don't know if it's Subha or Shobha, didn't ask any question. A person who asks question for remains fool for a minute. A person who doesn't ask question remains fool forever. Always remember that. I got a, so I'm gonna take last two questions. मुझे भूख लगी है, so I'm gonna go eat, and then we can ask questions later on the group chat. But I didn't do it. I didn't join it due to my. Can I use it? No, if you got a government internship, but if you didn't join it, how is this an evidence? You can, if somebody asks, what did you do? Then you can say, what are you gonna do? I didn't join it. So then how is this an evidence that you contributed anything in your internship? No. You have preferred for this scholarship. Oh, personalized question. Tell us how you have prepared for this scholarship. I was a very competitive, Rafiq. I was a very competitive student. I used I compete with myself basically. You have seen those cocky students in all the classroom who think so highly of themselves. Correct. So I was not that. I was very humble, but I used to think that I'm gonna do something on my own. So it depends. You create an image in your mind of yourself that whether you are going to be a successful person or no. If you can't be a best friend of yourself, if you're gonna do negative self-talk, then it's gonna be a problem because you are going to be the first person who's going to spend most of time with you. The rest of people, I am telling you something. Probably we will never meet. We'll never see each other if you don't join the foundation circle. So whatever I say, if you don't apply it, it's gonna just fade away because your mentality, be it good or bad, uh, it has taken years to build, and 2 minutes of conversation can't erase it. So first, you guys have to focus that I'm gonna build something on my own. For that, you have to reach out. So I worked in a university that had scared that had scarcity of resources for research. I wanted to publish research, and a bachelor student couldn't, but that was a challenge for me. So I decided that I'm going to put my effort and I'm going to do an FYP that I could lay down the foundation of a startup, and then I could also publish the paper. Then I was juggling a lot. It was chaos at that time, but it was definitely very helpful when I applied for Erasmus.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, last question, and then I'm gonna close off this
Okay.
session.
Sir, actually, I have multiple questions, but okay. Sir, I
कोई
went
और
through.
पूछ ले. Just kidding.
नहीं, मैं एक ही पूछ रही हूँ. I went through the Erasmus Mundus catalog, but I couldn't find any programs that accept MOI instead of IELTS. I haven't taken IELTS yet, but I'm planning to take it in September. Can I still start applying before I receive my IELTS result? If the
No,
program
you
requires
can.
IELTS,
You can. You
yeah.
can see. You can submit your documents in October. You can submit your documents in November, December, even one day before the deadline. But then you should not procrastinate about it. If you want to apply for IELTS or TOEFL in September, that's perfectly fine. You're gonna get the results in October. So you
Yeah.
apply in September, you get your passport, and then you keep on working on your SOP, you keep on working on your CV, you keep on working on your recommendation letters during that time in parallel.
Also, so you talked about the publications. Since I'm a media student specializing in advertising, I don't have any research publications, and I've done only one internship so far. But
That's
during my
perfect.
degree, I've worked on several creative projects, including short films, music videos, TVCs, documentaries, advertising campaigns. For someone from creative field with limited research and professional experience, how can I best present these projects to my application competitive?
See, this is your field. For researchers, we can't publish a documentary because that's not related to our field. For you guys, projects are everything. So when you come up, if you have some good projects, this is going to be your research publication. I was sitting in an
But
interview.
you get
There was one candidate who appeared, and we asked them what now is the manager for uh, one of our platforms. Uh, so he didn't say anything. He just opened YouTube and he said BBC and then wrote a particular name, and his name appeared. And then we saw the documentary, and then there were questions with that. So if you have mastered, if there is some portfolio in terms of projects or some video that you did, and then you can explain it, then you talk about that in your resume, that you talk about that in your motivation letter. These are the ones that are going to function as publications for you.
okay.
So publication does not mean that this is the only thing. If you have projects, if you have a portfolio, best case for you would be you make a profile, whether you purchase your own domain or you do it for free, but make a portfolio, timestamp it, and then when you submit it, if it's time stamped, everybody would see that you were working on your portfolio consistently for the past 1 or 2 years. This also shows persistency.
Okay.
Okay.
Lastly, I'm sorry, I'm taking your time. Lastly, sir, I wear niqab. I do Sharia Parda. And one of my teacher advised me not to apply to Europe because I might face discrimination. Based on your experience, since you've been there, how welcoming and manageable is life in Europe for Muslim students who wear niqab?
You know, this is an arguable question. Okay, it varies from experience to experience. I can share my experience. It may be true for a lot of students, it may be wrong for a lot of students. So I was doing my second semester in Paris, and that was just outside Luxembourg Garden. So there was a knock at my door. So it's unusual because nobody knocks at anybody's door. And when I opened, there was a female wearing sharai parda, and she started talking about some of the activities that they were doing. And Paris is the kind of place that is taken into debates that is anti all these kind of things. So it depends on how well can you defend yourself. If you think that you won't be able to do it, you'll definitely won't be able to do it because it's in your head. But if you know that you're gonna outsmart everything, then you will definitely outsmart everything. Erasmus or not, you're gonna go out, you're gonna kill it. So it's your mindset. People are going to say a lot of things to all of you guys, both positive and negative. It's entirely dependent on you. They can't control you. They can, and the words can only affect if you are vulnerable in your mind. So my suggestion would be never be afraid to go all in for anything you are interested in. Okay? You decide your own rule.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
With this motivation lecture, I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a meaningful conversation for you guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I hope you learned something out of it. I want you guys to be consistent. I want you guys to never shy away from doing hard work. There is no success. There is no shortcut to hard work. I want you guys to always stay humble. I want you guys to always put blinders on and focus on the direction you want to work on. And I want, especially those guys who are not in their final year, I want you guys to always uh, start thinking of building something of your own, so that by the time you reach my age, you are better. You're doing better than what I'm doing at the moment. With this, Alejba, I would request apologies that I won't be able to take any more questions. You can put it on the uh, group, or you could reach out to me. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I wish you all the very best. If you guys need any questions, you guys need to reach out about the foundation circle, anything. I'm going to share an email after this as well, after I've eaten something, because it's been 2 hours I'm speaking. So I'm going to look out for my email about the foundation circle. Otherwise, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. With this, thank you so much for joining in. I wish you guys all the very best. Win Erasmus for yourself, for your family, for me. Take care. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.